And now you've officially made a fat professional bass. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is probably the most highly requested video I get, and that's how to make chug basses, or how I make chug basses in Serum. So today I show you two examples. One's going to be like a guttural mid bass, kind of like company style, and the other is going to be like a rhythm tarot bass that you kind of heard at the beginning. And there is actually a third, but I didn't have my video going. I actually stopped it, so that one's also included, but it's not actually in this video. However, all of them are going to be linked down in the description below. You can grab all the Serum patches for free. Just follow the link and it'll take you there. But before we get in the video, there's a few things I have to ask. One thing is I have a track coming out July 15th with my homie Grizzly. It's called Stimulate. If you guys could go to the pinned comment down below and take 10 seconds just to pre-save it, it means the world to us and it helps us out tremendously. If you didn't know, predecessor to this video is How to Sustains. It's an hour-long video where I show you 3 different styles of sustains I make, and a lot of people love that. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out after this video. Finally, last thing I gotta say is over half you guys that are watching my videos are subscribed, and if I've earned your sub, it would mean the world to subscribe and ring the notification bell, because YouTube has told me that I should ask you guys to do this. So if you guys ring the notification, that way you guys don't miss any videos coming out, it means the world. So let's get into it, guys.
Don't act like a star.
Serum here, and first is the most important thing is finding a good wavetable. I'm going to use Glork tables. I think you can just find them like Reddit or something online for free. And I'm just going to see which one we can choose. And we're just going to start with this first. And I always like to turn my octave 1 down, and I always start from the 1 octave. If you ever see a patch of like -3s, that's usually FL. FL likes to do, I don't know how the piano works, but if you ever see presets where it's like -3 and they're in the bass zone, like the 1 octave, just know it's FL production. And if they're -1, usually it's Ableton production. So quick little tip for you guys. And we're just going to try to comb and see what we can find. That'd be really cool. Has a lot of good sub harmonics. We're also going to put a sub in here. So I think I want to do an FM for this one, and we're just going to make a basic shape here. We're going to do this for the tone, and we're going to make it like a little call responsey, like 2-prong quarter chug. So maybe something like this. We'll come back and tune this. Even a little more swingish. That's kind of cool. Okay. So I like that, and now we have this on half, put on trigger. We're gonna put this one at 1/4, and this is just gonna be for our wavetable manipulation. And we could even do something like this. Maybe even go with the half as well. And maybe make it. I think that's pretty cool. We're gonna add a solid and just see how it sounds. Usually you want to FM basic, but we might even get a little more complex. Make sure your level's down on anything you FM, and we're just gonna see how it sounds. We can always play with like sync or something with this as well down the road. And let's throw, let's see. Probably not going to keep that. I'm probably just going to. That sounds cool. Let's do a, I like band notch a lot, but we can switch it around. So this first one's going to be for movement, and the second one we'll use for like a resonant. fine. We're also going to play with this a little bit. 3C, wrong one. We're going to use alpha 1 for this. Sounds pretty quiet, so when in doubt, OTT it out. Sounds sick. Also, always turn off your random. That sounds really cool. So we have this set up so far. We don't need that. Don't need to keep track anything. We have hyper. Let's turn it up a little more, and maybe we can have it go up so the voice is. I'm gonna turn down the whistle a little bit. It's really cool. It's very robotic, metallic already. I always like playing with distortion, and we're just once again we're gonna see how it sounds. Definitely adds some grit. Phaser we can see. Usually I like using amp for my growls, but not growls, but chugs. But we can also play with the frequency and get some cool results. Oh, that's gritty already. Let's just see what it sounds like if we mess with it. Now we just mix that into our liking. One thing I like to do is EQ, and even potentially sometimes for distortion, where we can just add like a additional resonant. Gives a little more grit there. I doubt this is going to work for this, but sometimes we can have it like open up. And let's go to our classic filters here. We're going to try a few different things. I like all passes a lot, but it's always hit or miss. One thing I want to do is also add some type of envelope here to the global. So we're going to use LFO3 right now as our master tune. And it's just going to affect the overall sound, make it unipolar, not bipolar. Way too long. And one thing I'm going to do as well is we're going to add alpha 4, and we're going to make this kind of an amp, which is just going to also make the sound a little more aggressive. This is a little more grit. Cool. Now that we have this, we can work the stuff. I don't think we need delay. I don't think we need flanger. We can even put the filter before. And maybe we'll play with it and see what comb sounds like. That's kind of crazy. I'm not for that. We can maybe try a format. Not gonna work. Maybe even a or a phase. Sounds really cool. And maybe we put that before the distortion. Actually sitting very interesting. But we're gonna need some high end here, so let's add in some big chorus. Like this, go through this filter here, and we're gonna apply this here. Like some more high end here. And we can pull in the global. Cool. So now we kind of have our general sound. Let's play sync and see if this has anything. Or even maybe like an asymmetrical. I think that's sounding really cool. And we can also play with this. We're at 29%. Maybe that is something we make in macro. We're going to put FMP. Let's play with the wavetable. As you can tell, it's just a lot of trial and error, and this is all kind of sound design is. It's just playing with stuff until you get something you like. So that's the fun of it. Maybe bipolar. Randomize. Cool. And what else can we play with here? Let's go over to here and play with maybe the depth a little bit and play with the frequency somewhat. And maybe we'll play with the feed a little. And the face. I don't think anything crazy is happening there, so I'm not really worried about that. We play the phaser for sure. Runs in it. Whole different thing. And last thing we can maybe play with is maybe we can do something with the here. So I don't want to see if we can't that remove. Uh-oh. There we go. Maybe we can do up. Not a big fan of that, so we're gonna remove that. And maybe we can just extend this up. Do a little bit here is let's see what this looks like without my ozone on real quick. A little too wide. So a good thing to know, I have 0 width here, and we're still slightly phasing, and that's because, well, multiple things, hyper, the phaser as well. But this, oops. With the rhythm. You can even do like a. That's cool. But yeah, so I think this is a good start, and we'll put all these stacked down. So we have a guttural growl here, or guttural chug. Then we have this so far, more of a company style mid bass bend heavy one. So we're gonna do just a random. Let's just see if we can find some cool stuff here. Yeah, I don't like these. We're gonna go lurk again and just try. It's gonna be quite noisy, but let's see. Has a really good harmonics. So let's do more of like a rhythm-ish bass here. Add in this. See, ooh, it's gonna get a little crazy. Add in a high notch filter this time. Usually flange is used for this stuff, but we're gonna try to do some more bro step style stuff. So we're gonna kind of, obviously it's very thin, it's OTT it. Add a sub, maybe we just do. Try bend. Not a big fan of this. Maybe. That's cool. Let's add in another. There's an additive. I don't know what this is, but let's just throw it in there and see. And maybe we turn that and put hit that hard with acid. That's so cool. and try. Yep, that's cool. Once again, add a little width here. We're gonna turn on the random. We're gonna do this chorus preset, bro delay that I created. Just rates down, so it's not really moving. High delay. Just gotta be really careful because we're gonna add it just EQ once again because I want a more tonal sound. Okay, we can do it this way. Oopsie. And then maybe we do something flange here. Pressor. Q, distortion. We can actually do something like ASIM. Really. If you want to like really crunch. Keep looking for this. Okay, maybe we can even do not reverb. That sounds tight. Gonna have it in. And we're gonna put the we're gonna a little bit of noise. We don't have to do pink's gonna be bright white might work, but it might be too intense as well. Now we added back in that high end. And this is already kind of sounding like ironically like almost like a tarot gun, so we're gonna add some emphasis to that with LFO3 going to the amp. See how it kind of tightens it up? We'll go to alpha 4. Once again, we're just going to add an amp. Even though the alpha is delayed here, it will catch the tail end of this. Hopefully. Master tune. And you can hear that sub for people that are wearing headphones. I'll show you guys. The sub is getting actually moved. I have more room to play with this as well, so and maybe we even add a delay after the distortion, like 1/64th. We can tie it into this. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna do that. Add square. Going past 100. What was it? What is happening? Oops. Interesting. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know why it's starting to do that, so we're just going to get rid of it. Like this. Position, and we'll change up this as well. This is going to be very sensitive. Filter tone. That's a no-go there. What happens if we play with Ben more? No. We find a sweet spot at Combs. And one last thing we can play with as well is maybe we can do something for like an envelope. So we're going to do LFO5 like this, and we're going to make it on the coarse pitch here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this go from and then we're going to put this modulated by a macro 4, I believe. Force pitch high. Okay. Yeah, that's super cool. That's super cool. That's kind of like a gunshot rhythm stuff. And mind you, we have 0 post-processing on that. You know, we could do like just fine or reliable in the fat rack. I mean, you're gonna get a very fat sound of this as well. So, Whey, rhythm. I don't know. Okay, so for this last part, I want to show you guys how to actually do something outside of Serum and have fun with your samples that you had created. So you create your patch, whatever, you make all your different things, and we're just gonna roll with this one that we had. But let's say I want to further explore this. So I'm gonna add a little bit of OTT. So now we're into like the post-processing phase. Not too much. We'll come back to this. We're gonna find a snare real quick. And we're going to use convolution. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But remember, this is all part of the process. And what I like to usually do is make a rack with my hybrid reverb. Put some dry, we'll drag this one down. Wet one, and we'll make the dry, obviously, 100% dry. Wet one, 100% wet. We can hear exactly what we're doing. So generally with hybrid reverb, the higher in size you go, the lower tone, and the lower you go, the higher the lower the size. And what I'm going to do at the end is multi-band compress. And then I'm also going to add some distortion. So for me, trash is really fun. And multi-band compression is just to kind of fatten up the sound. We're going to leave it at like maybe 50% right now. So we're just paralleling it. 52 is fine. And I want to go to some distortion here. That sounds cool. And we're going to keep playing with this. I'm going to add another one, and we're going to go to like some type of gunshot. Let's go to this one here, and we're going to play with it. One thing we could do is before we go into this hybrid reverb, we'll turn it down, maybe say -6. And then we're going to add distortion. I like kilohertz. It's just overdrive, so it's the same thing as Ableton stock. But and then usually with some type of gunshot style or the rhythm, another thing that's really cool is adding some sort of disperser. As you can probably hear, the sub is massive in this. But we have room to add space, so let's do that. And these parts where we can turn up the space and even put them maybe slightly towards the sides. And that should expand it a little bit more. I want a little more high end in this, so we're just going to achieve this with erosion. Erosion is amazing, and honestly, if you just go to the hiss preset, it is very good. I'm going to add this after disperser, so it distorts together. It's going to add in the high end. I'm going to add like 10K. I'm going to say a little bit without, with. Sounds really good. Now, after all this, we have a good looking bass here, and if we just print this out, which I always recommend doing. You have a really cool bass. Sometimes you have fun, just blow it out too. And see what you can get for tonalities of it. So make sure you're not blowing out your low mids here. Maybe be careful on your highs just a bit. What we can do is one more time. And we'll go to 42 real quick. And now you've officially made a fat professional bass. And now you can have fun writing this. So we go through all of our sound. If we go through all of our sound design from our sustains, which if you haven't seen the last video, go check that out. I live produced all these sustains. Plus sound design. I'm just gonna display real quick. I have something selected in here, which I don't know what it is. It's, there we go. And maybe we can have, we have a, not the greatest for this style, but let's just put a trigger on real quick. This is just my sidechain. I know we're getting out of the sound design portion of this, but it's always good to test out how it sounds. Something else wrong. And now, say you wanted to, I don't know, that's all this. I really need to make it permanent. No low. No low. Racket this. I think I make this like every time I produce. And honestly, it's just really good to not have to redo. Only 150. And then we'll duplicate highs. And then we'll flip this, convert it. Wait, it's the other way around. And then you can just quickly put the frequency on the fine tune knob and just map it to macro 1, and that's your. should still remain the same. Yep. Cool. So now we can have fun with this and say you wanted to do like and this is where we start having fun with our designs, right? And we have the most simple drum pattern ever, and say we just have, say we just take out this snare at the beginning and do something like that. And real quick to fix it, we have a sustain that I cannot hear. That's sound design. Take this one real quick. Turn that off. And there you go. Just had some quick little fun. Like, obviously, this isn't a good drop by any means, but just showing you real quick how you can play with these sounds and all that. Once again, if you like the video, feel free to grab the sounds down below. I'll put all three patches in the description for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.